here in the last chapter of Zephaniah, chapter 3. I'll take verses 16 to the end, which is 20. It's talking about really the daughter of Zion. Zion is Jerusalem, really, in the end. Manner of speaking, the end time Jerusalem. And the new Jerusalem comes down from heaven. And it's really talking about, remember, Israel was scattered, the 10 tribes, after David had much bloodshed, so God said he'd take away the half the kingdom, but he did it in his grandson's day, Rehoboam. Remember, he said, my little finger, he didn't listen to the wise man, listened to his peers. My little finger will be thicker than my dad's loins, midsection, as far as taxes. And then they left half the kingdom on purpose to fulfill what God said to David. Either way, those 10 tribes went to Assyria and they never came back. And that's Israel. And ironically, it says here they'll bring them back to all the nations back. But ironically, they're part of all the nations and with Christ in between it 2,000 years ago, because this was about 700 something BC when the house of Israel went to Assyria. And to the New Testament, all are Christian now. Must become a spiritual Jew, spiritual Israelite. So in the end, Christianity is well on its way, right, when the end comes. So all will be called to Jerusalem to be Christians. You know what I mean? And spiritual Israel, as I said, spiritual Jews, okay? So verse 16 here. On that day they will say to Jerusalem, do not fear, O Zion, Jerusalem. Do not let your hands hang limp. The Lord your God is with you. He is mighty to save. And also starting with Christ, when he first came the first time, to start the resurrection and start all this process. He will take great delight, God, in you, Israel. He will quiet you with his love, all your concerns. He will rejoice over you, God, with singing. The sorrows for the appointed feasts I will remove from you. They are a burden to you right now, but you'll like it. Remember, the Apostle Paul said to Colossians, the New Testament, they didn't know what to keep, the other apostles. The Apostle Paul was the smartest because he was to the Gentiles, what to keep from the Old Testament. Apostle Paul said to Colossians, don't let no one judge you in the high days. That's not the regular Sabbath, Saturday. I don't have time. It's the regular feast. It says you don't have to keep them, but it does say to be reinstituted in Revelation, and the nations who don't come won't get rain and such. And it's God's saying, like the Old Testament here, the bad people you become, you don't like my feasts, you think they're a burden. At that time I will deal with you, right? I'll deal with you who oppressed you, with all who oppress you, Israel. I will rescue the lame and gather those who have been scattered. Again, as I explained earlier, I will give them praise and honor in every land where they were put to shame. I said that earlier. At that time, I will gather you. At the end of that time, I explained all this. I will bring you home. I will give you honor and praise among all the peoples of the earth. I explained that when I restore your fortunes before your very eyes, spiritual Jews, spiritual Israelites, okay, Christians, and right, it'll be the land will be, okay, bye.